What's up, guys? It is Kevin and Caitlin. This is the Friday Livestream Aftershow, episode 2. Very proud of us for making it to episode 2. It was going to be like a podcast, and then I don't know how to do a podcast, so I made it just a YouTube video last weekend. And I was happy with like 1.7 thousand views. I didn't expect anybody to listen to this, but this is kind of a recap show, an explanation show, and then also a call-in show. So let's actually lead with the callers, Caitlin.
All right, let's give Alyssa a try.
Yeah, I can
Alyssa,
hear you.
what's up? It's Kevin.
Oh, hey, Kevin, Kenney, how's it going? And I am the YouTube user Alyssa Tigno and Instagram user Allie the Army. And it's good to meet you.
You
finally.
may have a future as a publicist with all the plugs you just worked in like 30 seconds. Alyssa's like luck with getting mentioned on MTV is bar none. It's incredible. Every week.
I know, it's crazy. Like, every time I get mentioned on the live streams, I go loco. Like, I remember the girl group live stream when you said, I want to give a shout out to Allie the Army. I was like, and pardon my French if you would, I was like, holy crap. Like, I just went like loco.
That's awesome. I like going loco. I think you and I would get along. Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Oh, amazing. How did you find the Friday live stream? How long have you been watching?
I've been watching since the boy band live stream.
Oh, amazing. Do you have any favorites that you always request on the show?
I usually request my usual suspects like BTS, Monsta X, and I try to request some other artists that you may or may not have heard of before. Like, I would try to request Omarion, Jordan McGraw, try to request some Jason Mraz, but it's cool. If it doesn't get out there, I feel like these live streams are a chance for me to like bring back the nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What is your favorite part about the live stream?
I enjoy every moment of it, from like hearing my favorite songs to chatting with some of my online friends who are on the live streams. And I actually want to give a shout out to one of my live stream friends, Genesis, because she's been watching them too. Yeah,
Genesis, Tara Munster,
yes.
Dan the Paperman. Who else are always in there? There's like an HH person that's always in there.
Oh yes, I see them a lot.
No, you're not Diva TT, right?
I'm not. I'm Allie the Army on Instagram.
That's right. Okay, so there's also Divya, if I'm saying their name right.
Yeah, I talked to her too.
Yeah, you guys rule, by the way. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm sort of, you say you like the nostalgia of the show. I'm almost nostalgic for you guys because I remember when it was just kind of, the OG fan, so that's really rad. What did you think of tonight's show?
I enjoyed it so much. I mean, I was kind of sad that Monsta X didn't get top requested, but it's cool though because maybe I feel like these live streams expose me to artists that I may not have heard of before. Like, my music taste, it's very diverse, but I feel like I need to expand it just a little more.
Yeah, well, that's a great attitude to have. You seem like you got a great head on your shoulders. It's a great disposition you carry into our little show. Give me some predictions for next week. Looking ahead.
I definitely want to see BTS and Monsta X again, and I really want to see more of Jackson Wang.
Yeah, Jackson's kind of disappeared, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I was kind of disappointed when he didn't make the most requested, but hopefully we'll get him back in there.
Totally. You know what would be really cool, Alyssa, is if BTS came on the show.
That would be hella awesome. Like, you gotta know that I'm a super, like, I stand BTS and all the K-pop groups and all the music artists out there, like, so hard. Like, I gotta stay loyal, you know?
Totally. If you could ask BTS one question, what would it be?
If you were to do a collab with another boy band, who would it be and why?
Wow, that's great. Well, I'm so impressed by you. Like, you are very concise on the phone. You are like, you should be a radio host or something. Thank you so much for calling in. I'm so happy because, of course, I know who you are, and it's really great to talk to you on the phone.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it. This just made my day.
Amazing. Well, likewise, Alyssa. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Take care.
See ya.
We're going to try Becca, a.k.a. Cimorelli Locks on IG.
Hi.
Amazing, Becca. How are you?
Hi, Kebab. How are you?
Oh my gosh, that's how you know you got a real fan on the line, Kebab. For those that don't know, if you're listening to the after show, Kebab is like my social media nickname, which, by the way, I had no say in, but I was
made it
deemed
up.
such. But can you? Are we on the same page? It's Apple, right? It's your iPhone.
Yeah, it autocorrected. And boom, here it is.
It's wild. Where are you calling from?
I'm from the UK.
Oh, beautiful. So you're up late.
Like-
It's like probably middle of the night. That's all right. That's all
It's
good.
2 a.m.
Right on. How long have you like Cimorelli? Can we say your username? Do you mind?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Well, Cimorelli Locks, is that it?
Yep.
Right on. Hey, do you know anything about this character, Golden Cimorelli?
Oh, Ola, yeah.
What's up with Golden Cimorelli? Like, are they cool? Am I supposed to like take their jabs and passing? I'm like, I can't tell if this is the most negative person on planet Earth or they're just really funny.
No, we love Ola.
Okay, she's cool. Or they're
She's
cool.
part of the Sad Chucking Club, which I know you love.
Sad Chicken Club.
Chucking Club.
Oh, Chucking Club. I'm so sorry. I would never make the mistake again, Becca. What are your thoughts on the show tonight? Did you watch the Friday live stream?
Yes, I did.
What
It
did
was
you
great.
think? Give me the good, the bad. Everyone says that. Give me the good. Give me your least favorite thing about the show.
Well, the Sim fam are kind of lacking at the moment. Sorry, but
I heard there's like controversy though, and we don't have to get into
Yeah.
it, but I heard there's like a bunch of drama in the Sim fam this week.
yeah, definitely, especially on Twitter and everything.
So you think?
Which-
So let's say somebody's listening to it right now, and they're just an MTV fan, and they watch the show. They know of Cimorelli, but they're not really that connected to the Sim fam and the goings on of that fandom. And they're watching this week, and they go, "Wow!" Like Sim fam's like, wow. Somebody said on IG today, Sim fam is collapsing. I don't know if it's that, right? But they are. It's just MTV probably doesn't want me to say this. They weren't even in the top 10 this week in terms of vote getting. But
Yeah.
what do you think? Do you think there's a turnaround coming? Do you think that this is something that is just a blip on the radar? And then, Lauren seems to be gaining votes for whatever that counts for. Do you think, what's your prediction as a Sim fan with like the future of Cimorelli on MTV?
I feel like the Lauren stands, aka the baddies, are voting for like Lauren, and then the Lisa fans, aka the giant wimps, we're also like voting for Lisa and the band. And then the people who don't stand either as like solo are just voting for the band. So it's a bit,
Caitlin, who's also on the line, is a Sim fam. She also works with me, so she's got to be professional. But do you have any thoughts on what Becca just said?
I completely agree. And I'm pretty sure I also talked about that last week on the podcast, where I think it's just, if you're a Lauren fan, you're going to vote Lauren. If you're a Lisa fan, you're going to vote for Lisa. And if you can't make up your mind and you just love the band, you're going to go for the band.
But then we would all vote for the band as, all girls are in it. Then that
So
would be
get
like
them on the
fair.
show, and then you're saying live vote the band?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting.
but I don't think anyone listened. But,
So it goes with the sad chucking club, It's tough. Not everyone can be a sad chucking club,
no, not
all right.
everyone
So,
can be cool.
Caitlin, do you have anything to say about that?
I think, it's just a matter of putting the votes in for the band, because at the end of the day, the band is what it started with. And I think it's also great to just
Right.
have the goal of getting Lisa and Lauren on as well. But I think if we all pull together, vote the band, we have the higher chance of getting better results.
Well, also, don't you guys want to promote I Am Enough?
Yeah.
What's the vibe there? I mean, there's a video
Oh.
for that. Like, why aren't we all just banding together and sending that on the show? I do like Lauren's music, though. I did want to say that.
And Lisa.
Well, no, I like Lisa too, but that's established. I was like actually listening to Lauren's video tonight. I had the chance, because usually I'm like busy behind the scenes, but I was like, oh, I like this. Brown Eyed
Mhm.
Boys. Maybe I was. No, you know what though? I thought I had brown eyes. I don't think I had brown eyes.
The difference in the music, though, is like Lauren is very just like kind of alternative in a sense, and Lisa's just very emotional in her music. So I could see why you would be drawn to
Yeah.
Lauren opposed to Lisa.
And then Amy's like heavy metal. Becca, I'll give you a SimFam exclusive. You want one? No one knows
Ooh,
this.
Yeah.
You can actually tweet this out. I'll give you the.
I mean,
exclusive.
I have barely any followers because.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
but you could have the scoop here if anyone cares.
Ooh.
Amy Sim is probably going to come on the big reveal, which is our IG Live pre-show. So she's going to be a guest, and she's never done an IG Live before, so she's going to do her first one with me. And We haven't set a date yet, but it's coming up in August.
Yeah, how's your friendship going with her?
Blooming. I would call it blooming. It's the opposite of sad. It would be like a happy chucking club, is how I would describe it. And it would be 2 members, just me and Amy.
We stand.
We stand. All right, Becca, you rule, you demand, and we'll talk
So
soon.
do you. Bye, Kebab.
Sleep. See ya.
I really need sleep. Bye, Kebab.
Okay. This is Ellie.
Ellie, what's up? It's Kevin.
Hello.
How are you? Where are you calling from, Ellie?
Scotland.
Scotland. I love you
Yeah.
guys staying up late. You guys, what are you, night owls?
Maybe, I think so.
She's whispering. She's like, everyone in my house is asleep right now. Well, here, I'll whisper back to you, Ellie. Ellie, what did you think of the Friday live stream tonight?
Yeah, it was crazy. I really didn't expect. I was always expecting Monster X to, be first, since it's been like that for the past couple of weeks. But when, is it Morissette? When she came first, I was so surprised. But that's mental.
Mental is right. It's I think that's just hosting the show, Ellie. That's my favorite part. It's just seeing like who's gonna be number 1 every week. It's so cool and it's so unpredictable. And they just went so hard during the week. They had such a lead that Monster X actually outvoted Morissette 3-1 in the chat. But she just had such a lead. So it's just it's crazy to have a new fandom on the rise and on the scene. Who do you typically vote for?
Right now, BTS and Monster X.
Well, we were just talking to a caller before, and we were asking, wouldn't it be cool if BTS came on the show?
Yes.
Sorry. Wouldn't that be awesome? So if BTS came on the show, what would you want to ask BTS?
What the experience has been like? Because obviously, like, they're from Korea, and then they've become so big worldwide. So like what it feels like to be, and also such an inspiration to so many people. I feel like just to hear their experience would be incredible.
Yeah. Are you excited for August 21st and the new single?
Oh my, yes, and all the countdowns. The fandom is so tense right now.
Now, what do you want out of that new BTS single? Do you want now I've heard it's all English, right?
Yeah.
So what are you hoping for it to sound like? Do you want a new sound? Do you want just the same thing in English? What do you if you were to put out your dream list or your wish list, what would it be?
Well, I've not been a stan of BTS for that long. Like, it's been about a month and a bit. But like so far, like what I've listened to, I've really enjoyed. So I guess like if they change their sound, then it'll be something new, something like, I guess they'll just, I don't really know, because I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, but that's the best part of it, isn't it? Like, you don't know what to expect. You have no idea what's coming. So it's kind of, it makes August 21st all the more exciting.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Totally. Give me some predictions for the future of the Friday live stream. What do you think is going to happen over the next couple weeks?
I feel like since we've got so many like new debuts, the top requested will just keep on getting more unexpected as we go along. Because I've been watching for the past couple of weeks. The top requested has been so like crazy and how much it's changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's like one of my favorite parts of the show, like seeing how like much things have changed. I discovered Monster X, like you tweeted and I replied saying something that I heard, like I listened to Fantasia, and that's how I started.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. So do you like when there's always new artists on the show? Do you like when the top request is always different?
Yeah. And it's like, it's happened with a few artists now. So it's been CNCO that came from the Friday live stream, and then Monster X. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you rule, and I appreciate you staying up late to call into the show.
Oh, thank you for listening.
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to you soon, okay, Ellie?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Brad.
Let's go with Harper.
How did you like tonight's show? Did you happen to watch it?
Yes, I loved it. I mean, it's always really fun. I always do it on a call with some of my friends from the Sim Fam. We're the Sad Chuckin' Club.
Well, we do you know my friend Becca?
Yes.
Yeah, I just spoke
I
with
do.
Becca of the Sad Chucking Club. I'm surprised you didn't address me as Kebab. That's what the Sad Chucking
No,
Club
my
loves to
name for
call
you
me.
is Kettle.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you make the meme where I was the popcorn?
Yes, I did.
You're very talented. So you may not be a novelist, but you're a great meme artist.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So now that you're part of the Sim Fam, or you have been, and we've got you on the line now, what's going on with the Sim Fam in your opinion? Like, how concerned should we be? I'm an outsider. I'm just, I look at myself as like the bartender of the show, and like no one's ordering the Sim Fam drinks at the moment. But is this just like, some rocky shore or rocky waters, and it's going to get better, or what's your opinion?
Honestly, I don't know. Last week was definitely to me, it was kind of a disappointment just because, I know everyone wanted to get Lauren in, and once we all found out that we weren't in the top 5, a lot of us were like, we're just gonna have to switch and vote for the band just to make them, I guess, like get in the top 5 again. And because, I don't know, Lauren and Lisa are in the band, I guess, so we were thinking, let's just get the band up. But then everyone was getting mad and like, no, Lisa and the band have already had their time, blah, blah. Let's get Lauren in. And so people voted for Lauren, and we did get Lauren in, but then that left the band lower. And this week, I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot to vote, honestly. But the same thing kind of happened, just now people didn't vote for Lisa. And I think what it is the Lauren stans are only voting for Lauren, and the Lauren stans are the people that go crazy with the voting. And then the Lisa stans vote for both Lisa and the band, and the people that I guess like don't really care as much only vote for the band. And so I don't know what happened with Lisa this week, but something definitely happened. And I don't know, I kind of wish Lisa was in it, but it is what it is.
Well, I think there's a great accomplishment because Lauren now has a streak, right? That's 2 back-to-back weeks. I think that's huge, and I think that's awesome because I really like Lauren's music. I like Lisa's too, but I'm newer to Lauren's. But I guess my question, I asked this to Becca too. Like, wouldn't the idea be, we have a new single, we have a new video with I Am Enough. Let's push that. Let's rally the troops.
Yeah.
Let's all put the effort behind that so that can get more publicity and more exposure.
Yeah, that was another thing that some of us were trying to tell other members of the Sim Fam. We were all thinking we have the new song and we might as well try and promote it, I guess, and get the band in it. But people really desperately want Lauren, which I think Lauren is great, but I also think that I honestly think we should focus on the band, because I also think it messes us up when we try to get the band and one of the girls in.
It's just tough because if you're competing against big fandoms as it is, because you guys are kind of outnumbered, I think, just from a volume standpoint as it is. And if they're all voting for one group, and then you guys are now, even if you vote twice, right? There's only so many hours in a day.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a big piece of it. Also, it was hard to, some people wouldn't vote for all 3 or 2 people, and they would only vote for one person. And we were like, if we want to get 2 people or all 3 in the top, then we all have to vote pretty much an equal amount. But it's also hard to split up the votes for 3 people, so people kind of just chose their favorite and did that. And I don't know, I feel like it messes us all up because we're too focused on getting our favorite person in, and we just completely also forget about the band.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. So what is your prediction going forward? I've been asking all the viewers tonight. Give me some Cimorelli predictions. Just give me overall Friday live stream predictions. What do you see happening?
I honestly still see Lauren being in it. I feel like some people are gonna I don't know if Lisa will be in it soon, again, honestly, just because I feel like everyone's really into Lauren on it, so I definitely think she will stay. I think there's a chance the band could get higher, possibly.
I'd like to see it. I'm almost nostalgic for the days that Sim Fam were in it. You know what I mean? Like, so much changes on this show. It just moves so fast that it's like, wow, you remember the days of Cimorelli? You know, it would be cool to see the comeback.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Totally.
So I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate you watching. If you watch every week, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for the memes.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you like
keep
them.
them coming. I really love seeing them.
Thank you.
Amazing. All right, have an awesome weekend. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, you too.
All right, let's do Joseph.
What's up, Joseph? It's Kev.
Oh yeah, this is Joseph here. Just want to say magandang umaga mula sa Pilipinas. This is Joseph here.
Amazing. What's going on in the Philippines, dude?
Everything's okay. It's
Nice.
all good.
Did you watch the MTV Friday Livestream tonight?
Wow, this MTV Friday Livestream is like, it's like a sports. What you say? This? It's like a sports.
Like a sporting event.
Yeah, it's like a sporting event. It's like a sporting event at the same time. It's like a music event with a voting element coming down to the wire. I've never seen that. Like, this is the first time I've seen having this big. Like a lot of it's not. This is now a global thing. It's not just confined to one area. It's a global thing. I meant one country at a time.
No, but that's a beautiful point, Joe. Where it's kind of like everyone's kind of representing for their, whether it be geographically where they're from or just musically what they love, right?
Right, and I understand, but take a look. I just did a tweet. There was this great running order in which 6 straight songs in exact order. You go from Cimorelli Sad Girls Club, and then the next one you listen. You go to EXO, the song called Universe, and then first one, Sarah Geronimo with Tala, a song in Filipino, and then back again of Diamonds, and then the last one, the Drive Era. That was a great 6 straight row of
Joe,
songs.
I think you just became the most requested #1 fan in the #1 spot for remembering that. That's incredible. So you really, I love that you watch the show and you really take notice of it.
Yes, because the reason why I noticed your show, sir, is Cimorelli, and now I'm discovering that without this show, without this, I wouldn't have discovered 4 of Diamonds. I discovered it only because of this show. Same thing with Now United.
And you're a fan of both of those artists.
I'm a fan of music in general.
Right.
That's all I can say. I'm trying my best not to be biased here, but it's just like my music. I know this is pre-recorded. You put it on YouTube. That's why I'm being careful with my words.
Of course. I love your energy though, Joe. You got a great positive energy, and I appreciate how much you're enjoying the show, because we definitely enjoy making it for you, and I certainly enjoy getting to kind of be the host of the whole thing. But the passion, I think you would agree, right? The passion is very fun to be around, and while everyone is rooting for their favorites, don't you also feel like it's a very friendly competition? No one gets too nasty or too negative. It's largely kind of a positive show at the end of the week.
Yes, Kevin, it's a positive show, and I would like to thank the producers at MTV for having this Friday live stream. It is a good way to start the weekend, and it's a good slot to start it. It starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. Locally, in our time zone, it's 5 a.m. So It's a good way to start the Saturday, and I work on that day. So it is really a very great blessing. I'm thankful for for that day. Thankful for this day, trying to live life at the fullest. And Friday Livestream, what a great way from all of the challenging, hard times. And I just hope that this stays permanent. I hope it's not just a seasonal thing. Like, it has to stay, because that's where most of the requests and everything. And since I got there around late May, before we took that week hiatus, I was able to really listen to most of that, and I knew Four of Diamonds, and it is really a good show. And I really love the way you really speak, and that most requested. I like the part where top 5, top 10 is really a good show, and that reveal, it really it really motivates me to have a great week. And now it's really a show that I enjoy, because it happens between 5 and 8 a.m. on a Saturday here in my country, and if it's not daylight savings time, it becomes 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Philippine time. And so it's really a fun way to start your weekend. And I would just want to thank Caitlin for being part of the production team. I really appreciate Caitlin. And I just want to admit something. I own the account simfam_YES.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you for all the support, and I'm sure I'm friendly with some of the Cimorelli sisters, so I'll pass along your love.
And I also own an account called D_Joseph_. That's also mine.
Awesome.
And I just wish you all the best with Friday Livestream. That show deserves to stay permanently. That has to be a permanent fixture, because I like the competition, the top 5, and then the review at the end. It makes you want to tune into the whole show, and I like that running order, like that 6 song in a row, like you go from country to country. Like, there was this part where you go from an artist in the Asian region then you go to an artist in the we go from OPM to K-pop to US based hits, and then back to from a song to a song that is based from an artist that's based in the European region, Four of Diamonds.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Joe, have an amazing weekend, and please call us back next Friday night for episode 3 of the After Show. We would love to hear from you.
I won't be able to. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll be busy then with my...
Right. Joe, I love you either way, dude. Thanks for calling in.
That was hilarious.
I love how passionate he was, and I go, hey, call back next week. Actually, I can't. This is the only time I can call. Hey, he's a fan of you, though. That's pretty cool. We got the first Caitlin stan on the show.
That's true.
All right,
We've
who else
talked
we got?
over the years. Yes.
This is Mom Baby Nation. They're famous.
Yes. Yes. Let's see if it goes through.
What's up, Mom Baby Nation? It's Kev.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
I'm sorry, go on.
I'm sad that we got second place, and we broke our streak, but there's always next week.
There's always next week, and I don't know if you heard what I said at the end of the show. I said, you know what? Let's take this negative, make it a positive, and go vote for him for the VMAs.
Exactly.
You know, now that you can do that at vma.mtv.com, and MTV is very happy I keep saying that. So you guys, I just want to, not to talk over you, you know, you're the guest, but you are a part of Mom Baby Nation. Mom Baby Nation is, I would say, I hate to pick favorites, but just from my vantage point, I'm one person, but from my vantage point, probably the most focused and the driving force behind Monsta X's success on MTV these past couple weeks with the Friday Livestream. You guys are just so smart, and you're so passionate, and you're so professional, and I think it really pays dividends on those live chat. I mean, you guys were by far the highest vote getters live. It was just Morissette had such an advantage going in.
Yeah.
It was going to take so much to beat Morissette. And but I mean, you guys got up to first place at one point, which is just insane. But talk to me just a little bit of Mom Baby Nation and what that's all about.
So Mom Baby Nation, there's about 4 or 5 of us. Oh, and first of all, thank you so much for the kind words. They really mean a lot. But yeah, there's about 4 or 5 of us that comprise Mama Bay Nation. We are on the older side of things. We're like in our late 20s to like mid 30s. Surprisingly, a lot of us that comprise the group, we actually weren't traditional K-pop fans. We are more like rock fans and things like that. And then we stumbled into Monsta X in one way or another, and we just, fell in love with them. But our primary goal when it comes to supporting Monsta X is promoting them and getting them exposure internationally, not just in Korea, but also outside of Korea, because they have a lot of talent, they have a lot to offer, and they are extremely talented. So we want to make sure that their talent is spread abroad, and they are, in the forefront of people's minds when they think of pop, not just K-pop, but pop as well, as shown by their English album. They are multifaceted. So that's our primary goal, is just to bring international awareness to Monsta X. And we are really glad that we have the opportunity to do that through the live streams. This has been a great opportunity because there aren't really many opportunities like this. And COVID, obviously everyone's going through COVID, and there's a lot of virtual things going on, which has forced us to pivot our strategy a little bit, because initially for 2020 we were planning on requesting to have them on different shows and for different interviews, but obviously that can't really happen in the normal sense. So this live stream has been a saving grace. We've been able to get the fandom behind it and get them to understand the importance of publicity when it comes to the Western media. And this realm of interaction is something that the fandom is more attuned with. When it comes to the K-pop side of things, there's a lot of voting when the comeback seasons are coming around. There's a lot of viewing of the streaming, the music videos and things like that. So having something that they can focus on, such as a live stream that has a dedicated voting structure and a dedicated outcome, which is a ranking, that's something that is much more the speed of the fandom. So this has been a great way to allow us to use the fandom's strength while also promoting the exposure of Monsta X to the Western market.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautifully said. You guys totally get it. And I couldn't agree more. I actually think it's funny that you say that you guys come from different backgrounds in terms of musical taste. You mentioned rock. I just think that Monsta X are just so talented musically, and they can dabble. I mean, I remember when I first heard Jealousy. I mean, that's like a rocking song. It's definitely done in pop sonics, but they are just tireless in their work ethic and work effort, and it's just encouraging to see where they're going to go. I'm very excited for their concert next week. I'm actually going to be talking to them on Thursday. You guys can submit questions, I think, on radio.com, but it's a rare combination of an incredibly hardworking group and an incredibly hardworking fandom kind of working together. So it's really cool to see, and I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in each week, because you really are just such an awesome community and a really focused one, a really talented one.
Oh, thank you. And like I said, we are very happy for the opportunity, and we're really glad that we have you kind of as an ally, because you understand K-pop. You're not just viewing it as like this weird sideshow for clout that a lot of other DJs or VJs do.
Man, I couldn't agree more. And I actually want to say this really quick, and tell me if you feel like this is actually coming off wrong, but I wanted to have this conversation with somebody as well informed as you, because there's something that I can't put my finger on it, and I try to not pay attention to things I don't like online. I feel like, oh, I don't like it, it's not for me, I'll move on. But it just feels so opportunistic, right? Where I would never claim to be a K-pop expert. All I can ever claim to be is an appreciator of the music. I try to be a student of the culture, and I'm around these guys. So it's kind of a personal thing, right? Where like I just happen to be hosting these American music shows when bands like Monsta X were breaking stateside in the late 2010s. And I don't know, I just think being up close, you have a new appreciation for, you know, these are human beings, and these are young men that are just working day and night, and they're very passionate what they're doing. And it just, I don't know. I don't know the right words, but it really rubs me the wrong way when I see the people that you're talking about, that it's like, oh, I'm just going to post about this because I heard this gets a lot of likes. Or like, I'm just going to like, you know, try to interview them, but not really, you know, like you've all seen the clips where, you know, somebody on a local news station, you know, gets a name wrong or a stat wrong, or just, you know, like those kind of cringy interviews. But I hope that you guys know, and it sounds like you do, which is great. Like, I just always try to come from the most respectful and the most genuine and also the most supportive place, because something I try to pay attention to is these people that will tweet about them or post about them, but they don't utilize their Western outlets or platforms to actually further them. And that's something that I've always been really passionate about. Like when I got to MTV in the fall of 2018, the first thing I got loud about was Monsta X. And then I don't know if you've ever seen the clip, but they came on TRL and we did like a painting thing where they actually sketched one of the members. And that was their first trip to MTV. And then of course, you know, they've been on Build Me a bunch. I've gone to their pop-up shops. We're now going to get them on a national radio product like radio.com that's going to be promoted across every pop station that they own across the country. So that's just, I'm probably ranting, and I don't mean any of this to sound like it's about me, but I'm just very passionate about don't only tweet about them, don't only promote them, but then use your platform to further their goals, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we love about you in Mama Bay Nation. And like you mentioned, there are a lot of DJs and VJs and media personalities that will jump on the bandwagon. Right now, K-pop is really mainstream. K-pop definitely is not new to having an international audience or having international fans. It's been that way, you know, since the beginning of K-pop in the early 90s, but this is really the first time that it's become international. And I have, this is probably going to be really controversial. These views are my own, not all of Mama Bay Nation, so don't hold it against us, but I have a feeling that the music in the West, for the most part, is a little stale. And K-pop is something that's new and fresh. There's like crazy choreography, there's crazy outfits, there's a lot that goes into the production of a song and a comeback in their concepts. We don't normally see that in the West, and I have a feeling that a lot of, like you said, a lot of those VJs and DJs and things like that, they are just looking for the next big story and don't really care about the people behind that story. Which is a really sad thing, a really unfortunate thing, because when it comes to K-pop, these people, both the boy groups and the girl groups, they give up a lot. A lot of them have been training since they were very, very young. And it takes years to debut, and that's assuming that they're successful. Some of them debut 2 or 3 times with different groups. So like Monsta X has. So it's really a shame that they're kind of seen as just this gimmick and not as real artists, because they are. They are artists, they are performers, they are incredibly talented, and they have a lot to offer. So I'm really glad, like I said, that we have you, because you understand.
Well, I'm glad I have you guys too. It goes both ways. I mean, I think that's something that I've really, really enjoyed about being associated with, you know, K-pop or world artists or international artists is it just, I think I got into this, honestly, this line of work I love community. I grew up in a very small town, and I think that, you know, if this would quickly become a therapy session just for a moment, I think I really love that, and it's something that I've always been trying to recreate and seek in life. And we all probably have versions of whatever that thing is in our own personal lives, but community is just so important to me, and I love people, and I love being around people, and I think I found that in groups like Monsta X, where you know, I remember just as much as I might remember, you know, Shonu or I Am, or, you know, I also remember specific Monbebe. Like I remember on Build, we brought up a Monsta X fan on the stage at Build in February, and I was like, you host the show. And that's also something I'm really passionate about, is that like I shouldn't be on any like, you know, proverbial or literal stage above a fan just because I do this for a living. Like that's something I am really, really passionate about, is trying to level the playing field and portray you guys as fans or supporters or really experts as that, right? Where, you know, that's why so many of my interviews, if you see like our fan question interviews, it's not a cop out. It's like, man, like, why don't we just ask their questions? You're going to get a bazillion, you know, interviews where the host is going to ask their questions and try to get a clickbait headline. Like, no, just the fan should, like, if I'm doing my job the best that I can, if I'm being the optimal version of myself as a host, I'm a conduit, right? I'm a connector. You know, I'm just a middleman. It's really about you and the artist. And I think the closer we can bring you guys to that, the better. And I think we've done that a couple times really successfully with Monsta X. And next Thursday actually is going to be another great example. I really hope you tune in. I know you will. But it's going to be on radio.com, on Facebook and Twitter. I think you're really going to love it.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I love that you do provide a platform for the fans to ask questions, because not only does that bridge the gap between Monsta X and Monbebe, especially international Monbebe, since we don't have regular fan meet and greets like they can in Korea. But also it allows us to, or the questions to be fresh and new, whereas with a lot of other interviewers, the questions tend to be repeated and they are pretty static. They're not dynamic. It's the same questions over and over again, and I'm sure it gets boring for the guys and for the people that are viewing. But with you, we are allowed to ask questions, and that are probably more in line with what both Monsta X and Monbebe would like to hear and would like answers to. And so we thank you for that.
Of course. And thank you guys for just being so cool to me throughout the years. Gosh, I could talk to you all night. There's so many things I want to talk about. If you're free next Friday, how about this? Call back in.
Oh yeah, for sure. We will definitely call in.
Awesome. Shout out Monbebe Nation.
All right. Let's do Juliana Eddy. Good friend, right?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Hello?
Hey, Juliana, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey, this is the Kissing Booth 2 hotline. Can I take your order?
Hi.
Eddie is a dear friend of mine who's on the line right now. And
Hi, Kevin.
is obsessed with the Kissing Booth. Why?
No, I
You
do.
wanna talk about
That
it?
movie's amazing.
Caitlin, have you seen the Kissing Booth?
Yes, I have.
1 to 10.
You know, it was a while ago, so honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe a 5.
That is, you know what? Caitlin is a great politician. That's what we just learned. No, Eddie is just a dear friend of mine that I actually met at Build. We were just on the phone with Monbebe, and we were talking about Build moments with Monsta X. But Eddie, you and I met through Tyler Posey.
Yes, we did.
How long ago was that? Like 2 years, right? You and I have known each other?
2 years.
That's crazy. I mean, for those that don't know, if you're listening to this right now, Eddie was in the crowd. I didn't know Eddie, right? I'd never met you before.
Nope.
And then she was just really passionate, very confident, and I like that. And she was a big Tyler Posey fan, a big fan of, what was it, Pavements was the name of the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we were taking requests because Tyler was a big Blink-182 fan, and he had a guitar with him that day. So I was like, dude, it's a live show. Let's play some covers, take some fan requests. And Tyler loves his fans and is one of the chillest dudes around. So Eddie started yelling out Blink covers, and then we just struck up a friendship ever since then. And Eddie was always very passionate about pop culture and music and movies and TV. And she would always be at Build. She was kind of like a co-star in Build for a little while there. I know we both missed Build, but do you watch I see the Instagram stories, but did you watch the Friday Livestream tonight specifically, Eddie?
No.
Wow. See, I just gave her
I
that
was
big
too
intro.
busy watching the music video for Dan and Shay and listening to it on repeat.
Okay, you know what? I know Eddie. This is how well I know my friend Eddie. Eddie, tell the listener right now why they need to request the new Dan and Shay video and song on the Friday live stream.
It's like, you don't understand. Shay's vocals are like off the charts. Like,
Go on.
It's hard to explain, but like the music video is amazing. It's like a modern day Up, and then the whole thing. Like, I read a interview that Dan did all the instruments himself. It was all like recorded during quarantine.
Wow. Those also, we were talking about how great the guys at Monsta X are, and also Tyler just being cool. Dan and Shay are just like, for as successful as they are, they're just the nicest guys ever. Like, truly the nicest guys ever. Better or worse than Tequila for like the casual Dan and Shay fan? Is the new one better than Tequila?
This is gonna win a Grammy. I'm calling it now.
Well, you heard it here first.
Kevan, have you not listened to it yet?
Do you know how busy I am on Fridays, Eddie? I got a radio show.
It's on the playlist.
Yeah, maybe we'll add it to the playlist. That gets updated on Mondays. Thanks for the plug, Eddie. What should we do for the next Netflix party, you think?
I mean, people are telling me we should do KB too, but I said Kevin's not going to be down for that.
Maybe if everybody wants to do it, I'll do it. I was surprised that, well, you guys like The Notebook, right? We watched The Notebook. No, didn't like it? Oh, wow. Eddie's going kissing booth over The Notebook. All right, Eddie, I love you, and it was great hearing from you. And where are you? Your dad's now?
No, I'm at my mom's in the city.
Oh, and there's liquor
I
there.
meant to tell you, I passed the MTV building today. And I was like, hi, Kevin.
Take a picture next time and like post your story. I'll share it.
I will.
I missed that
I was
place.
going to, but there was a bunch of guys trying to sell me stuff. And I was like, I'm not even kidding. They were like, can you donate? I'm like, I don't have any money and you're not wearing masks.
Eddie, please stay safe. We'll talk soon, okay? Love you, Eddie.
Bye, Kevin.
All right. Well, that was, I mean, we just did an hour of callers. That's pretty cool. I thought this was an improvement, both in terms of conversation and then sound quality. We didn't have any hashtag MTV moms, though.
We didn't. That's true.
Caitlin's so tired right now. If you knew Caitlin right now, she's like, man, it's freaking 10 o'clock. It's Friday. I don't want to do this.
No.
All right. Well, we do have to talk about some stuff, Caitlin. It's like,
yes.
What? Tell me. Tell me. What? Tell me.
Say
what you were going to say.
You always act like I'm this grandma and I go to bed early, but like I used to hang out on your old IG lives where you'd be on at like 1 a.m.
That is true.
I'm not a grandma here.
I like that they're already old. No, Caitlin's not. Caitlin is a rock star. I need to reel Caitlin in a lot of the time. I go, yo, you're going crazy right now. You got to take a chill pill. She's almost as bad as Banjo, honestly. All right, well, let's talk about some of the biggest storylines. I don't want to take too much more time because we did give so much time to the callers, but I feel like it's a new season, don't you? Don't you feel like on the Friday live stream, it's like a whole new class of artists?
Totally. Honestly, I was so surprised that Why Don't We made it. I'm going to be so honest here. I just feel like...
No, and this is not on a show.
They just, like... I feel like I haven't seen any requests for Why Don't We? And like, I know there's like one or two, but like, man, the Morissette fans, the Sarah G fans, like people are just going crazy and the show has totally done a 360. I was honestly surprised that Cimorelli made it as well.
Can I share some Why Don't We news?
Yeah.
I don't know how, I'm so nervous talking about Why Don't We because I love those guys. I mean, they're awesome dudes. I'm friends with some of like the Why Don't We parents, hashtag Why Don't We parents. But the Limelights were so vicious that one week, like way back in May, that I'm always like, oh, I think this is cool. I don't know. I heard from an incredibly reliable source that the guys are very hard at work on music. And I think that's assumed, but I've never heard it be confirmed before. But it was confirmed to me today by, all I can say is a very reliable source. Very hard at work.
That's interesting.
Very hard at work in music.
I think that's something that's really good because obviously during quarantine, the Limelights are thinking like, oh, of course they took the hiatus. They're making music. But like for it to be confirmed by a very, very, very good source, I'm sure they're really, something's brewing.
Well, I like there were some fans that were hitting me up at one point talking absolutely crazy. Like, I heard they're breaking up. I heard they're not getting back together. I heard they're never coming back. Definitely not the case. That's all I can say. I'm probably already in trouble for saying what I just said, but that's how much I'm trying to always bring you guys exclusive stuff and trying to be as honest. That's my whole thing, man. But yeah, they're in trouble with the Friday live stream. Like, I think 14. I don't want to say I think, but like 14 may be the number if there isn't some major turnaround. But shout out Maddie Gunnels, shout out the whole crew that's going hard for the Limelights. 14 weeks is a heck of a run. I can't believe we've done 14 shows. But there you go. They're the only group, and I don't know if anyone will start a 14-week streak, maybe. But that might be a record that no one ever breaks. I also want to shout out Morissette, just incredible. I'm sure, Caitlin, you were working with the numbers very closely. I mean, give me an estimate of how many Morissette requests we got from email to Twitter to Instagram this week. I mean, 100,000 over?
I feel like I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah,
like
it was that
the number
insane.
is just so absurd. Yeah, like, I mean, they were doing the reply challenge. That was a huge thing on Twitter where it was like one account said, reply to this tweet with the phrase, and let's try to get it to 5,000 replies. And those tweets were getting like 10,000, 20,000 responses. And my mind was absolutely blown.
Insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even crazier that Mom Bebe actually had the number one spot at one point tonight. They were like, they're really a fandom that I said earlier in the show. They just get it. They understand how to do it. They understand how to focus. And I think all fandoms should probably look to them as an example.
Also, I know you just said that you aren't sure if anybody's going to beat Why Don't We if the streak ends. I think Monsta X.
Mm-hmm.
Monsta X is at 11 weeks already. They're just
they are?
behind. Yeah.
You know what's cool about Caitlin
from my knowledge.
Caitlin is like the statistician, like the historian of the Friday live stream. She knows all the stats. So 11. Gotcha. It's crazy that we used to live in a world where like they weren't on the Friday live stream. You know what I mean? Hey, did the two guests lock for our pre-shows?
So the next 2 weeks, yes. I haven't heard back from the others, but yeah.
Okay, so let's announce this. We'll get back to more storylines, but let's announce this exclusively on the After Show. Next Friday, Josh from Now United going to be joining me for the big reveal. That's the IG Live pre-show that goes down 2 p.m. Eastern Fridays. So if you're listening to this, you're a Now United fan, please spread the word. Josh would really appreciate it. And it's just going to be very exciting over there on Instagram. And then the Friday after that, so that's going to be the 14th, August 14th at 2 p.m. Eastern time on the big reveal pre-show. Jacob Sartorius, right?
Yep.
Amazing.
Very exciting, yeah.
Those are huge gets, and I really want to announce the Friday live stream guest next week, but I'm not getting confirmation that I can announce it and that it's official. So maybe in a little bit on this after show, I can make an announcement. But for right now, I do want to shout out Morissette. I want to shout out Sarah G. Shout out to Agnes Mo. She's got a new record out right now called Effing Boyfriend. She was in the top 5. It's just going to be exciting heading into the fall here. And it's crazy we're even saying that, but like the fall's right around the corner. And we had that caller Joe before that was like, this can't be a seasonal thing. I don't think it's going to be a seasonal thing. This is becoming a really exciting thing at MTV. And we have some, I'll say it again, massive guests sooner than you think. I'll leave it at that. We have some massive guests in the very near future. That's what I'll say. What? Anything else, Caitlin, we should be talking about right now? I guess Jackson Wang is kind of a thing of the past, at least for right now. The Jackies aren't going hard. They've sort of disappeared. That's fine. Oh, shout out to ATs, by the way. I think ATs could be the next breakout star of the MTV Friday live stream. They finished at number 3 tonight and just massive live numbers. I'm telling you right now, mark my words, that's the key. The key is showing up live for the show. That's the big.
So, you know what I think it was for them? Since they are a new artist on the show, I've never reached out to their fandoms, but they have some pretty big accounts with open DMs. And like, that's the key. I can't send people DMs unless they either follow you
right.
or
talk about that.
Or
Explain that. in case if you're listening right now, you run a fan account. Listen to this.
So every week when we know what artists are going to be played, we make these graphics and they end up going on Kevin's Instagram. We post them throughout the show. And before we post them anywhere, we like to send them out to the fan accounts. You know, you guys could promote it before we even say anything. And so what I do is I go through Twitter, I find the fan accounts that have public DMs, so your DMs are open, and I'll just send you a message saying, hey, like, so-and-so is a top requested artist. Here's the link. Here's a graphic. You can share it. And at Tease, however you say it, I'm so sorry. They just had some big accounts that all had open DMs, and they all responded to me right away. So I think that was like the huge factor for them.
What's the vibe on EXO?
So funny enough, I was having trouble finding some EXO accounts, and only because like when you search EXO, it's like all these weird things come up, and I'm not as familiar with them, where I couldn't even figure out how many members there were in the band at first or in the group. And then I guess I was talking to somebody on my Twitter account, and they explained it's a group of 9, but they haven't been together in a couple of years altogether. So right now the group is, I guess, promoting all of like the solo projects and side projects. So it was kind of hard to find accounts and know what to search for. But I think with this next week, if they're a huge pull again, that once I find the niche, I'll be able to find the accounts, and then they'll pull some weight.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I think that'll be interesting. All right, well, let's wrap this up here. I think there's a lot of questions around the Sim Fam. I hope they get it together. Congratulations to Morissette. Now United, I don't think we've heard the last from them by any means. Again, Now United. Please, if you're listening to this and you're a fan of any of the members of Now United, you need to show up to the show. They get in the top 5 every week, and then they just disappear, and I want to see them do well. So, you know, also shout out to our guests tonight, by the way. Allie Brooke called in. That was amazing. First ever phone interview live. That was super live. That was super duper live. And I hope that we can have your calls actually eventually, where you just call in and talk to me. But we're probably gonna have more artists call in, that sort of thing. Use that feature rather. And then also, of course, Sarko Deer. And then also Arizona Zervis, who stopped by. All right, well, Rad, this has been the Friday Livestream Aftershow. It's going to probably live on YouTube, right? Do we agree on that, Caitlin?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so guys, I would appreciate it if you are listening to this right now to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It means a lot to us. We've been, I think we got like 100 something subscribers this week, so that's cool. We're up like 200 over 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens. And then, of course, you already know this, but you can follow me at Kevan Kenney on Twitter and on Instagram.
I do want to say, if this can go on, I think I have one challenge for the fans, and that is to beat last week's record of however many views we got last week on the podcast. Let's see if we can do better this week. I wonder if they
I like
can
that.
do it.
That's a great call.
Like
so let's see if we can. Yeah, 1.7 thousand. So let's see if we can get 1.8. I'll take 1.8. It's like the Friday live stream. It's like, dude, I was happy with 40,000 views. Now we're like 100,000 views. You know, it's crazy. All right, well, Rad, Caitlin, you're very smart. I like the challenge. Don't let Caitlin down. If you're listening to this, just buy a bunch of views and donate to our video. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. All right, we'll talk to you next week, guys. Have an awesome weekend.
Goodbye.